Welcome to this explainer. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the latest Spanish government bulletins, a very specific €500,000 number might have just caught your eye. The Dirección-General de Gestión Migratoria, or the DGGM, recently announced a massive €500,000 call for subsidies. And, naturally, when a number like that drops in the official state gazette under BOE-B-2026-27449, it generates a ton of buzz among expats and migrants. But before you go hunting for an application form to claim your share, let's take a step back. We really need to demystify what this money actually does, where it goes, and who truly benefits from it. Here is what we are covering today. First, the €500,000 subsidy explained. Second, who is eligible to apply. Third, funded activities and limits. Fourth, key deadlines to remember. And finally, what this actually means for you. Let's dive right in. Section 1. The €500,000 subsidy explained.
Okay, I want to tackle the absolute biggest misconception right out of the gate. If you are an individual, a physical person, you cannot apply for this money. Period. This is absolutely not a step-by-step personal cash grant. This funding is strictly reserved for organizations, entities, associations, and cooperatives. They are literally the only ones holding the ticket to submit an application.
So what are these organizations actually doing to earn this money? Well, it all comes down to a highly specific Spanish legal term, Gestión Colectiva de Contratación en Origen. Basically, this translates to collective recruitment in the country of origin. Picture the massive summer fruit harvests here in Spain. Spanish employers use this specific legal channel to select and hire thousands of workers directly in their home countries before they even pack a single bag. This subsidy exists specifically to fund the organizations that manage this incredibly complex logistical puzzle.
Section 2. Who is eligible to apply? As you might guess, only highly regulated entities are allowed to step up to the plate here. We're talking business organizations, trade unions, cooperatives, and nonprofits. But just being one of those isn't a guaranteed pass. They absolutely must comply with the strict regulatory bases laid out in Orden ISM/676/2022, and they cannot, under any circumstances, be subject to any of the exclusions outlined in Law 38/2003, General de Subvenciones. The government is, quite understandably, extremely protective of who handles this process.
Section 3. Funded activities and limits.
Now, €500,000 is a substantial chunk of change, right? But the DGGM isn't just handing out blank checks to these entities and hoping for the best. Instead, that money is explicitly earmarked for 5 distinct stages of the migrant worker journey. First, it funds the actual selection processes abroad. Second, it pays for the heavy logistics of getting those workers on a plane to Spain. Third, it supports the continuity of these vital seasonal campaigns. Fourth, it funds socio-labor advisory services for the workers once they arrive. And finally, it covers cultural and economic training sessions to help migrants successfully integrate. And depending on the scale of the activity they are running, the government caps this funding anywhere from a minimum of €2,500 all the way up to a maximum of €187,500.
Section 4. Key deadlines to remember. These entities are working under an exceptionally tight clock. While the call officially opened earlier, the countdown truly began the moment it was published in the BOE on August 20, 2026. From that exact date, organizations have exactly 20 business days to get their paperwork absolutely flawless. It's an incredibly rapid turnaround.
Section 5. What this means for you.
So here is why you should actually care about this whole bulletin. Even though you aren't cashing this check yourself, you are the ultimate beneficiary. The winning entities are required to use these government funds to provide you with vital socio-labor advice and cultural training, completely free of charge. If you come to Spain through this collective recruitment channel, this subsidy essentially guarantees there's a funded support system waiting to help you navigate your brand new social and professional landscape.
Now, because that 20 business day window is either currently active or just closing up, we're kind of in a waiting period. The winning organizations haven't been announced quite yet, but once they are, if you have arrived through this legal channel, you'll know exactly who is tasked with providing your free advisory services.
Please keep in mind this is informational guidance, not legal advice. Always verify the official source, BOE B-2026-27449. Definitely keep an eye on those official channels to see who ultimately wins this funding. But it does leave us with a much bigger question to ponder. As Spain continues to rely heavily on this collective recruitment channel, is €500,000 enough to truly support the thousands of seasonal workers driving the economy? Or is it just a drop in the ocean? Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures, the Padrone, the health card, the NIE, the TIE, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.